Morning. Welcome to the wake up call with myself and Alex. What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10 today?
Well, after the most epic poop of my life, I'm a 10 out of 10, man. I am a 10.
Oh man, so me and Alex have an inside joke. Basically, we delayed the stream 10 minutes because Alex had to poop. Bitcoin was at $112,000, and when he came back, I was like, "It's gonna look so hindsight because like I have, the divergence that I was like, man, I really think we're about to reverse." And literally, the great poop fiasco of 2025.
Man,
Here we are.
I should do that more. Wouldn't that be
Alex,
nice if just every time,
what is
yeah,
the API saying? The Alex poop indicator. So,
yeah, let's go.
all right, I'll let you. I don't think you've.
Oh, hey, how about I share my screen?
Yeah, I'll let you start it off, and then I'll show what I'm talking about.
Okay. Um, let's go to Ethereum first. I drew out this projection. When did I do it? Like 2 days ago, I think, about what I think is going to happen with Ethereum. I talked about this last week. I just I I drew a projection of Ethereum barely breaking its all-time high, just barely getting rejected, and then going down to, I don't know, 4,400 or something like that, and then taking a week or so to rip through and go bananas, go into price discovery and everything. I still believe that this is kind of the path it's going to take. And you can see, I mean, all right, it's just 2 candles since then, but that's kind of where we're going with this. I do want to. I just, this entire week sucked. Yes, it sucked. Maybe now we've survived. And somebody commented, look at the Russell 2000 go. Russell 2000 is a really big indicator for me. Above the 786 is a huge level. And oh my goodness, yeah. Russell 2000 is blowing through that. Let me show that right now. So fantastic. All the things that we were hoping for. I know it was looking bleak. I hope you didn't sell that bottom today. I know, like, for example, XRP got lower, a little bit lower than where I was comfortable with. And I was like, oh, that sucks. But the Russell 2000 doing this, it's again, the Russell is a huge indicator for risk on activity. People willing to buy small caps, and it's hit a 2025 high today, just now. So I'm assuming it's game on, but I'm still paying a lot of attention to certain things that we've got to be paying attention to. We have quite a lineup coming up in the next month. I mean, the next month's unemployment report, remember August unemployment report was really bad. And so what happens with the next unemployment report? We're gonna have to wait and see. The next CPI report, PPI report. PPI report came in good. CPI report came in good. PPI came in scorching hot, which is what a lot of people would point to as, oh no, people are going risk off again. And then after that, then we have what is most likely going to be the next rate cut. So that's September 17th. So whatever the case, I mean, if you, let's just real quick go back to that Ethereum chart. It's just this would, in my opinion, align with a lot of things. With ETH barely breaking its all-time high, accompanied by potentially, maybe it won't even be. I don't know. I was going to say accompanied by potentially a bad unemployment report or something, but I mean, at the rate that Ethereum's climbing right at this moment in real time, who knows if I mean, that's 2 weeks from now that's going to play itself out. So we'll see. What's that? Yeah, it's an eternity in crypto market standards. Yeah. But if you were bold enough to open some longs today, congrats. My Yeezy short got stopped out at a gain, so I'm not going to cry, but I'll be looking to open a new short on Yeezy, that's for sure. But I'll hand it over to you, Devin.
Yeah, it's gonna look like I'm just like front running the news or whatever. But I was talking about this yesterday on my stream. I guess that's just between me and the Lord, whether I had this marked out or not. But the this to me was the main thing that I was looking at. So on the 2 hour, which I don't really go on the 2 hour that much, but I just didn't think that we were getting enough data one way or the other on the daily. Other than it was just a breakout back test of the prior range and still ranging in between 125 and 112, like I thought we were going to. But on the 2 hour, we had a pretty clear bullish divergence. And so, like the API report, the Alex Poop indicator was we were at $112,000, just 10 minutes ago. And this is what I had drawn out of I was like, man, this is pretty deep into this bullish divergence. And, sure enough, 10 minutes later, we just start ripping. And I was like, Alex came back to the screen. I was like, Bitcoin is up $2,000 since you left, and it's now up $3,500. It was
like literally, I had no idea. And then he told me, and I was like, whoa, what in the world is going on? But all right, there we go.
So to me, I talked about it on my stream. It was a very clear case to me of, buy the rumor, sell the news. Market, there's just lots of volatility when Jerome Powell speaks. And I just wish it wasn't that simple. And but it just is market makers will look for any excuse to grab liquidity upside and downside. And to me, that's exactly what happened again. I've said Bitcoin to me, 118,000, that's just proper value for Bitcoin. That was my target at 75K. So I'm still not overly bullish on Bitcoin, but to me, the thing that I am really, really, encouraged by the video that I made the other day was talking about the moving averages. And, just clearly, I don't make trades based off of moving averages. To me, on the daily, it's just pass fail. If the 200 is on bottom, 100, 50, 20, you're in a bull market. And if it's the reverse, you're in a bear market. And we never crossed that threshold even back in April. And so I'm just going to remain bullish until that flips. And I know that that's a little bit of a lagging indicator, but we're not even close yet. It's so far apart for Bitcoin. I have no indication to think that we're anywhere near being done with this. And the thing that makes me really encouraged is the flip side of that, of what I've been talking about for months and months and months. The flip side of it is Bitcoin dominance is literally about to be in a bear market where the 200 is within 0.25% of the 100. Once that flips, that's the full on bearish posture. And we continue to make lower lows and lower highs.
Yeah.
So to me, we are in everything that we've been talking about, everything that we've been waiting for. To me, there's going to be lots of volatility today. There's going to be lots of volatility tomorrow, but this is where we're at. It's just the roller coaster ride that is cryptocurrency from fiat to Bitcoin. That is the longest part of the ride. And we're seeing Ethereum wake up. We're seeing XRP wake up. People were freaking out about Ethereum. And it's I just can't freak out about Ethereum because we were just at $2,100. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's hard for me to get all razzled up about a little bit of a dip, 10% when we are up 100% over the last 100 days. So for me, it's hard for me to get all razzled up, but I still think others is going to catch up to the 702 basically. Let me find others real quick. I think others is structurally behind Ethereum. Ethereum is basically flirting with a double top right now, and I think that others is going to catch up to the 702 very quickly. That's basically my analysis. Is the same as last week and the week.
Yeah. So I mean, there's speaking of Ethereum, people getting scared of Ethereum. It's funny. I saw a lot of projections. I'm not going to take credit for this myself, but I kind of I found myself agreeing with a lot of people that after last week where Ethereum went, that it could go down to 4,100 and still remain in a very healthy position, and it almost did exactly that. But I mean, if you could go back to my screen, what were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, I've talked about it a lot. but it's really rare for any asset to just bust right through the all-time high. And to me, that's all that
Yeah.
happened for Ethereum was it's just rejection off the all-time high. And we came basically and back tested what was the ceiling for all of the last 3 years, and we back tested it as support. That's a great sign to me. So, and I'm the biggest Ethereum hater known to man. So if
Yeah.
I'm bullish on Ethereum.
Yeah, it was just a couple of things stuck out to me earlier this week, and I made some videos. I posted them on YouTube, but like this particular candle, I thought was a tell. The August 20th candle, where it was a bullish engulfing, but then also, if you look at the same candle for Bitcoin dominance, it was a bearish engulfing candle on Bitcoin. It was more convincing bearish engulfing candle. So I was like, all right, we are most likely heading down in Bitcoin dominance and up in Ethereum, and that's when I started thinking about, okay, now it's about time for us to start thinking about pretty soon. I'd guess next week at this point that ETH would do that thing where, all right, just the tip above the all-time high, let the leverage traders have their moment of shorting ETH down a little bit, and then we're off. So
Yeah, from my experience, when an asset attempts to get above an all-time high, we see this a lot with Bitcoin,
yeah,
with XRP. It generally takes 2 or 3 like strong attempts before it can actually do it.
yeah,
I can't even recall an asset that just ripped right through the all-time high the first time it got there.
yeah, exactly.
So that's basically where we're at with Ethereum. Like we're at that where it's trying to catch up. Same thing, Bitcoin. It got rejected multiple times the last time around. And I just think that, the market is doing, very slowly. And we have to be very patient, and people want everything right now. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Do I go 100x long, Alex, or I go 100x short? I maxed out my credit cards. What should I do? And I just think that that's the issue of like, I see these moves, you see these moves, but it's like, in reality, they just take longer than everyone wants.
Yep.
It's much slower than what we anticipate. So it's like if you see something on the daily, that might take a month to play out. If you see something on the weekly, that might take 2, 3, 6 months, a year to play out. So it's a patience game.
Yeah. I am curious. I have DXY pulled up. Just there's a level. I don't remember. I'd have to zoom out big time to see, but you can kind of see if you could draw a trend line all the way back from, I don't even know, like over a decade ago, that we are right. I'm very curious to see if the DXY would break this decade long, up trend line, and then what would happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a a heavy risk on environment, despite everything, all the warnings that I give about, I've just talked about this irrational finishing pump for the market, and I'm still on that train. So
Yeah. I just think Bitcoin is basically in price discovery. And, from the last time that Bitcoin got into price discovery, it significantly outperformed outperformed everything else. Like
yeah,
Bitcoin did a 10x from the time between the C19 crash and January 6th. And to me, it's just like history doesn't repeat, but it sure rhymes. And to me, it's just like, that's just kind of where we're at. Like, I really think that Bitcoin might do another 20% from here. It might do another 60, 80% from here. Whoop-de-dee. But, Ethereum is basically at an all-time high, and others I still think will probably do somewhere between a 3 to 6x from here.
all right,
And
let's go. So what about Bitcoin seasonality? If you know, I'm sure I know you know what I'm talking about, but uh, ski.
yeah.
I mean, well, here's I'll share this. So here's a chart that I shared, and it wasn't necessarily that I agree with this, but if you could pull up my screen.
Yep.
So all the last 4 years after the Jackson Hole meeting, and this is where I speculated maybe we're front running all of this, but last 4 years after the Jackson Hole meeting, You know, we saw in August of 2021 a drawdown of 4% in Bitcoin. That bottomed out August 4th, and August 22nd or August of 2022 was 15%. So whatever the cap, a drawdown that lasted for a month, over a month every time. Well, not August of 2024. That bottomed out on September 5th. And so, oh no, you know, we've said this before, wake me up when September ends. But then last September was the best September in Bitcoin's history.
Yep.
So where do we go from here?
I think it's a guideline. I am generally here's what I think is going to happen. I think between right today, like we're seeing the momentum, we're seeing that sort of spring off the board to go. I think we're going to be bullish and we're going to front run the rate cuts, and then we'll have a pretty nice correction after the rate cuts, chop for a little bit. And I think October, November is going to be bullish. I think he's talking about, I don't know if I can share a picture. Let me try to do this real quick. I can do, here we go. Window, here we go. I'll share a window instead. I thought I would share a window.
I will just say somebody asked me about that on my live stream, and props to you because I disagreed with that. And I'm not saying, oh, now I absolutely agree. It's like, all right, let's just see what the market does. But it's definitely looking more legit now.
Yeah, I can't share a picture but they're talking about this right here. It's hard for me to show what they're talking about, but basically you can kind of see it. August, September. August is typically flat. September, by the way, in the stock market too, September is the worst performing month. The only time that September is bullish is an election year for the stock market. But other than that, September by far and away is the worst performing month for stocks as well. So that's my base thesis too. Like, I think that we're going to pump into the rate cuts. We'll have a 10-20% correction, similar to what we had just now. And then I think October, November is going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with you on that. There was, oh man, I wouldn't be able to pull it up, but like, if you look at, so, I mean, I think this is a thing, that every post having like October has been insane. And even though, it's history doesn't repeat, but it also rhymes. Yeah. Let's just sprinkle all that in there. October of this year, I mean, my mindset has just been like, all right, let's just hold tight until October, but
yeah,
maybe we won't even need to do that. So
they're saying my voice is not good. Is it not good on YouTube or TikTok?
I hear you fine.
I don't know if they're talking about on TikTok.
It must be TikTok. I don't hear you on TikTok, but
if you want to have a better viewing experience, head over to the Red app.
Somebody says it's just muffled. I think you should just, and it's somebody else is saying it's quiet on TikTok, but
all right, I will do that. But if you want the better viewing experience, just head over to the Red app that we can't say because Big Brother will.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I went live yesterday and they suppressed my live because of directing people to another platform. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
So
it's picking up the noise floor. Well, I have a high quality microphone that you can listen to on other applications. So,
oh man,
that's all I'll say about that.
You're getting some spammers in your live stream chat.
I know, I'm seeing it. I'm gonna block them. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. By the way, we're never gonna message you and trade 1.1 Bitcoin or whatever the hell. Like, I have too much stuff going on in my own life. My favorite thing to do is show my phone. I like to show how many missed calls I have, how many missed text messages I have. It's like, bro, I don't reply to my own people. I promise you I'm not, I'm not messaging you going out of my way.
Yeah.
It's picking up. Yeah. Yeah. If you want the high quality viewing experience, we are live on many platforms right now.
Many platforms.
Presently, right now. And the other ones are using our computer and not our phone. So
Yeah. Well, let's somebody asked what the Kanye coin was. It's YZY. I had a short, it got stopped out. I made $500. I'll live with that.
that's
But I'm
2 days.
sorry, what, 2 days of Uber driving, right? That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, 2 days of Uber driving.
Yeah. I'm eager to open another short on the Yeezy coin. Please give me an opportunity to open another short on it.
Yeah, when I was live last night, I related it to the richest man in Babylon. Don't take investment advice from a brickmaster about jewelry. And to me, the Yeezy coin is the same. Don't take crypto advice from a rapper. Yeah.
Future finance.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's making a pivot in his career. The music just wasn't panning out.
Yeah.
Realistic Bitcoin end of year 200K target. Plausible.
200K.
207 is my bullish target. I do think 138 is more probable. The beard lives another day. I didn't even bet my beard this time. He says you were right, bro. You called it. I didn't bet my beard, so does it even count? I don't know.
It lives another day.
The mythical. We have the SBI, the scared beard indicator, and we have the API, the Alex poop indicator.
Best poop of my life, man. This is close to when Elon Musk, when Tesla announced that they bought Bitcoin. Remember, it was like an instant $5,000 candle in 2021, and that was the best breakfast of my life. I woke up, I had breakfast, I finished, I came back and looked at my phone, and it was like, whoa, what in the world happened? This is close to it.
Yeah, not quite the same percentage, but
yeah,
when you factor in diminishing returns, pretty close. Win Lambo. For me, it's it's win 69 Camaro, win 70 Chevelle. To me, like the Lambo is like that's what you buy when you don't have money, and then you do.
Yeah.
I'd rather
when pay off tuition at my kid's school.
Yeah.
That's
do you like Pengu? Not really. It's already at it's done a 9x. I mean, that's awesome. So
yeah. And I like Pengu a lot. But it's a euphoria. The thing I like about Pengu is it's on Robinhood, and it's I call it my number one Robinhood meme coin. So out of all the meme coins on Robinhood, my money's on Pengu to outperform the rest of them. But yeah, I mean, you make a good point that it's up. What it's up?
A 9x.
Yeah, 9x already. But we'll see. So I mean, maybe from here, something like something that's down a lot more would outperform it. But still,
yeah. No, I think it's done awesome. I just feel like I missed that boat, and I'm just not gonna get on it now.
Yeah,
that might do another. Maybe it does another 3x, something like that. I don't think that would be crazy.
I did get in close to the bottom, so that's big reason why I'm just holding on. And
win 06 Camry, bro. I got an 09 Camry, or past tense. I had an 09 Camry. I gave it to my brother.
Oh no.
Yeah, I gave it to my
We're
brother.
no longer Camry bros then.
I know it.
Yeah, I'm luxurious. I have a 14 Camry, so living the high life.
Easy now. You don't have to flex on me that hard.
I got a backup camera, man. A radio that doesn't work, but a backup camera.
That's how you know you made it. Yeah, my camera is worth more than any of my vehicles.
That's funny.
Yeah, so maybe someone asked me new tires for the Camry. Yeah, it's my brother's Camry. I gave it to him for graduating. And then I got my wife, actually, I got her 2011 Honda Pilot. So
Nice.
yeah.
Man, I'm looking at the total market cap. I'm just now noticing this. It just back tested. That's all it did today. Back tested the previous all-time high from, or all that it did this week. I mean, look at how perfect. This is a weekly chart. I'm just realizing now, but just perfect back test there. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, like, man, I wish it just wasn't as simple as it is. And I know it's like we get caught up in the emotions,
Yeah.
but to me, like most times it's way simpler than we think it is. And that's really all it was. Ethereum was flirting with making an all-time high. Same thing if you look at the total two. It was literally Ethereum total two, basically the same chart of like trying to get above all-time high, rejection, back test of the prior range. And then like the market makers will use literally anything that they can do to steal liquidity from people. And to me, that's all it really was.
Yeah.
So, but I think, I think we're probably going to make an all-time high between now and the 17th on the total two. I think Ethereum will probably just wick above, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that cup and handle there. I mean, that's a 4-year cup and handle.
Yeah.
I mean, that should break through pretty aggressively. So
Yeah. Last time, I showed this this candle right here. I really like to do this because it's just like it kind of puts things in perspective of like we get kind of lost in the sauce in the moments, and I just like to be, I like to be grounded and just have perspective. But when Ethereum attempted to get above the all-time high, same thing. It did. It broke
yeah.
above the all-time high, but it violently back tested. And this, I have this little white line here that just looks like nothing. It just looks like a little blip on the radar, but that's a 34% correction, is what that is. That's a breakout
Yeah.
back test, 34% correction.
I remember
Uh,
that.
that's, like we thought that 10% was bad. I don't know if people are, and this is the perspective that I like to have is like, and that's why I'm so slow moving. It's like when you're in the bull market posture, that's just, we're going to be hanging out there until we're not.
Yeah. I mean, Ethereum had what'd you say? 37%?
34%. Yeah.
34%. So it had a 34% before it broke its all-time high. It jumped 34%. And then when it broke its all-time high, and again, just the tip, it had a 27% drop. I mean, that's the kind of volatility that we should expect for ETH over the next, previous couple weeks and that now the next week or so.
Yeah, I think not only for Ethereum, but the total too, like
Yeah.
the entire market really outside of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to have some volatility, but it's really going to be the altcoins that I think we're going to be going high. But people just have this perspective that I think is just wrong of like you're in a bull market and that just means straight line up. And it's like this
Yeah.
is a blip on the radar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For Ethereum, like you can't even see it unless I put this like if I take this away, you don't even notice it. But that's a 34% correction. You know what I mean? So the only beer bet that matters is the Solnic bet. We still have the Solnic beer bet. Solnic will reach 7.5 cents by the end of the bull market, or I will shave my beard.
Hey, and last I saw, Solnic was on sale. So, I mean, they're both on sale. He and Solnic.
Yeah. I mean, I tweeted this out yesterday, I think it was. I was like, I'm not even gonna mark this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave this here. And it was Solnic and my favorite Wyckoff chart. So it's like I'm not even gonna mark it out. It is marked out, but let me pull this. So hold on one second. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this here.
Yeah.
Y'all tell me what you think. I'm not even gonna mark it out for you though. So yeah, there you go. What's the meme with Pam? It's like corporate wants us to find the difference. They're the
Yeah.
same picture.
Yep.
So
They are the same picture.
whoops, didn't mean to do that. All right, let's read some of these
Yeah.
questions. Ski, is your predictions of September pullback in ballistic October and over still intact? Yes, that is my base case. If I get new data, I will have new opinions, but that is my base case of I think that we are going to march our way up into September 17th, have a decent correction, short-lived temporarily. And then that is going to be what the thing that catapults us into November, basically. That's my base case.
So people hear September pullback and they're like, "Oh no, that we should just sell now." But I mean, you are talking about rallying into what, the 17th, right?
I think a decent or a strong probability that the September pullback quote would be higher than we are right now, and it would just be a higher low.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Bitcoin's at 116. My God, that is insane.
yeah, it was just at 111 and change. 111.6, I think, was the bottom today. You know, I asked you about last week about a potential Wyckoff reaccumulation with that 124 move being the UTAD, and that 116 move. I mean, I laid out a chart on my X account, but that 116 move. I mean, it's very quick. This whole thing,
Right?
but like that would have been the spring.
Yeah, that would have what we just had today. That would have been it. So I think so.
Yeah.
I think that that's very realistic, especially if you go on like a smaller time frame. You definitely can see it like on a 3 hour or 5 hour. Yeah, I think so.
All right. So, I mean, the worst part should be over. I mean, and literally the worst part was an hour ago.
Yeah.
So here we are now.
And what I love to see too is like these divergences like this to me are just money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even on the 5 hour, but it was like really clear on the 2 hour because it was like it was red, which I like to see. I like it to be like really oversold or high, one or the other. But that's what we got on the 2 hour. You can even see it on the 5 hour though, where it's rising as the price is falling. So that was a clear. Typically, when you see that's the end of the move.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at that on my own chart right now. You don't have to go to my own screen, but I'm seeing it on the 4 hours. Looking for it on the daily. I mean, it's barely visible on the daily, but still, I mean, whatever the case. I mean,
yeah, it's not enough data really on the daily. You know, and that's the thing is like daily chart is my favorite one to look at, honestly. But you know, if you see something on the daily, it might take you months for it to play out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It might take weeks or months.
Yeah, 4 hours been a lot more favorable for me in terms. I mean, I know you do 5 hour, but like, you know, there were some calls I made lately that played out to perfection based on looking at the 4 hour chart. Are they cutting rates? There this morning there was a like 65% chance that they were going to cut rates in September. And now, according to the CME FedWatch tool, it's a 91% chance. So there we go.
Ski, do you still like ICP here? I do like ICP here. I think others is the play right now, which is, you know, stuff outside the top 10. VeChain, I'm in a long in VeChain right now. So
somebody asked me during my live stream a couple of days ago, it's like, I have $100,000 to put into crypto. Could you name me one crypto that you think would be the safest? I mean, there's no such thing in crypto, but the safest one that would double my money. And after looking for like a couple minutes, I mean, I was on a hot spot, like with the, you know, needing to not just focus on that one question. I chose VeChain.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's super solid fundamentally, and it hasn't had a huge pump yet.
Nope.
So,
and the tokenomics are great.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. It just good tokenomics, real world use case, good fundamentals. So there you go.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, and I'm just patient, you know, and I think people get annoyed with how patient I am. I know my wife does. So she's, I'm very, very patient. So that serves me. Sometimes it gets me into trouble. Sometimes, some people will call it stubborn, patient, stubborns. They're kind of adjacent, but,
Yeah.
I'm just willing to wait. Like XRP, like I was basically nothing with XRP for like 3 years, so, yeah, let's read some of these comments. I'm just willing to be DCA. We done stole a cop car. I forgot about that reference. I don't know if we stole the cop car. It's kind of like staircasing its way.
What are you talking about?
So back when in April, when Bitcoin was at like 75, 80K, I had the targets of 118,000. And I was like, I know we're going to get here.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is like, how are we going to get there? How are we going to arrive at the party? Are we going to arrive at the party by doing the responsible thing and calling an Uber, or are we going to steal a cop car? And that's what
Okay.
he's saying. He's saying that we stole a cop car, but I think we called it an Uber so far. But it feels like it today that we stole a cop car. I mean, we're at 116,000.
Yeah.
Pingu's a real company too.
I made a YouTube video talking about that. I mean, it's like Pudgy Penguins, one of the only NFTs that actually survived. It is actually it's way higher. Their NFTs are. I mean, they have stuff selling at Walmart. Like they have merchandise selling at Walmart. The branding on that was insane.
Do you think XRP is the play for holding for the next 10 years? I feel comfortable holding XRP for 10 years.
Yeah, I'm fine holding XRP. Like if I was forced to hold XRP for 10 years, I would think that it would be more valuable now or 10 years from now than now. It's not like that I would ever hold XRP for 10 years though, given the violent swings in crypto.
I'll tell you this, like when we actually go into the bear market, whether that's 2026 or 2027 or whenever it's going to be,
Yeah.
like the proper bear market, I'll just tell you, like I'll be probably 50% into Bitcoin, and then I'll have a few altcoins like XRP, Solana,
Yeah.
HBAR. And
Yep.
then I might have some like venture capital plays that are like 1% or 2%, but that's going to be the meat and potatoes. I'm going to be aggressively, my big venture capital play obviously is going to be Solnick, and he'll be aggressively accumulating supply on those two. But as far as like blue chips holding, like like you keep things simple. You don't
Yeah.
need to get like real complicated with stuff, especially in the bear market. Like you don't want to have 50 coins in the bear market for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. I want that list to be very small. I mean, the descent down in the bear market, I want to hold very few, and then when we finally get to accumulation,
Right. I
that's
mean,
when I'll accumulate.
like, don't be. What are the lessons of the bull market? What are the lessons of the bear market? They're the same lessons again and again. The lessons of the bear market are always not your keys, not your crypto. So there will be some exchange that goes to zero, and people will lose their money. I don't know which one it's going to be, but that is what marks every bear market bottom. Every single one of them. That's been the thing that happened. Some exchange has too much leverage and they go to zero. I don't know which one that's going to be. That's the lesson of every single bear market, and the lesson of every bull market is Bitcoin is first. It
Yeah.
will come down the least, and it will go up first. So I don't need to be cute about that. I'm going to be heavy into Bitcoin.
Yep.
Is crypto correction done?
It's pretty done.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think so. Now, does that mean no more red days until bear market? No, but
What?
relative.
No,
I
just kidding.
said, what do you mean? I thought bull market means only green candles, bear market means only red candles. I think we're hovering here for the rest of the month. I don't know. It looks like we got some pretty violent momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say now, but like I have a hard time believing we're just gonna hover here for the rest of the month.
Yeah, I don't think so. You called it, bro. Why is the market pumping? Because we can only be oversold for so long.
Yeah, I mean, of course, people are going to say, well, you know, Powell spoke, and I'm assuming he spoke something dovish. Or maybe it was just like, no, as soon as he spoke, I mean, how long? I mean, it was like 5 minutes after I'm assuming his speech started that the market started ripping, or maybe it was right when it started. You would know better. I was pooping.
We didn't watch the speech. The funny thing is, we have no
Yeah.
idea what he said. We're just looking at the charts.
He said we may or may not drop rates. Yeah, it sounds like that was a sell the rumor, buy the event kind of thing, if that's what he said.
Yeah. Market pumping because Jam bullish.
Jam's bullish. Market pumping because Jam. I mean, Jam was running victory laps on X this week.
Yeah. 2,700. It's the top.
Ooh, thoughts on BitUnix crash right now? I'm just assuming it's a lot of volatility.
Yeah.
That's we both use BitUnix. That's interesting.
I haven't looked at BitUnix today. I've been obviously you can see I'm not at my regular setup.
Yeah.
Jam is not bullish. Someone's trolling me. That's what's happening. And I fell for the bait.
All right, let's see. Powell said the current data pinpoints to a potential rate cut. Oh, all right. So that definitely would be something that would get people excited.
What did he say?
Powell said data pinpoints to a potential rate cut.
Okay, so he's saying without saying.
Yeah.
He's just telling us what's happening in September.
Yeah. Did you close your Yeezy short? I closed it. I made less than I thought I was going to, than I was hoping to make, thanks to Jerome Powell. But I have longs that I was down on. So yes, I closed it. Made like $500. I'll take it. And I'm gonna open another one for sure. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it is dangerous to short.
It was a 1x short.
Okay,
so there's no way. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is too, like, and I think people get caught up in this is like me and Alex use like sub 4x leverage on everything.
Yeah.
And then people will say, like, they'll hear us say, we're going long, we're going short. And then they're like, oh, okay, 30x leverage, 40x leverage. And it's like, it's not even the same thing that's happening. So both of us are very conservative with our trades.
Yes. And the way that I got into doing 1x or 2x, whatever, was from learning the hard way, because that's what I always do. That's how I learn. Those of you who can like learn by heeding other people's warnings or reading it in a book, you're like this mystery wizard type person to me. I learn by trial and error, and that's you know, that's how I'll always learn.
Yeah. Learning the hard way.
Yeah.
You can learn from our mistakes, you know. Trust me, like I learned the hard way that 10x leverage seems like low leverage until you actually do 10x leverage.
Oh man, especially for altcoins.
Yeah.
It's like altcoins with 1x are like 10x for normal investment assets.
Yeah, that's right. So the point of high leverage is, you know, the thing that was first was futures of, you know, currencies and the S&P 500. And the thing is, like, if, like, what is Bitcoin up today right now? What's the percentage that we're up? 3%. That's an entire year sometimes for, you know, the S&P 500. That would be, you know, like the S&P is not going to be up 3%. Ethereum is up even more. You know, there's lots of things that are up 7%, 10%, you know, 9% for Ethereum is up today. The point of high leverage is a big day is going to be 1% or even half of a percentage. So they would use in traditional futures, you would use, 20x, 40x, 100x leverage to make up for the lack of volatility. But the thing is, like crypto, a 10% move will completely wipe out a 10x if you're in the wrong way. And that happens
Yeah.
like literally every hour on many different assets. So it's very dangerous. You don't need to account for the lack of volatility because crypto, the beautiful thing about it is it provides you the volatility. Izzy, thanks for becoming a member, bro. You savage.
Hey, Izzy's a member on my channel too. Let's do this.
Double membered up on a Friday
True Light.
afternoon.
True Light did the thing. So sorry, someone commented on my TikTok. Dang, I'm not gonna swear. I lowered a bunch of positions yesterday, and it's like I wasn't comfortable with you when you said you were gonna do that, and you did it. I mean, it gave you the peace of mind, but now I'm sure it's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, listen, like, one thing that I think intuition this is what I teach. Intuition is a strength that I think that we're taught that we shouldn't listen to, but it can't be your entire thesis either. And then a lot of times people will confuse intuition with being moved. Like, is the dog moving the cattle? Like, are you being pushed by something else, or is this your internal dialogue telling you? Like, that's the difference of like intuition isn't going to come from fear. Intuition isn't going to come from greed. So if it's one of those two things, you're being herded to think this way. But if it's coming from, within, you can listen to that. I don't think it should be your base thesis, but I think it could be, 20% of why you think something. But yeah, I just think the point of what I'm saying is this is a long winded answer. I think making decisions based off of fear or greed are almost never correct.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I messed up earlier this this year. There was one point that like I sold the bottom on something and regretted it and immediately bought back in. So I mean it happens.
Yeah. Thanks for subscribing, Daniel. Appreciate you, brother. On TikTok.
There we
Um,
go.
want to say thanks to both of you guys. Basically, all I watch, fairly accurate and good info, guys. Appreciate you, Brandon, for the kind words.
Fairly accurate. That's all I try to be on it. I mean, like I'm not being sarcastic or that sounds like sarcasm, but like nobody's on the point 100% of the time in every
100%.
moment. So like just want to be directionally sound.
That's it. You can make a ton of money just by being in the correct flavor.
Yeah.
I know that I'm the master bottom feeler, but you don't need to time the bottom. And uh, Alex is the master top feeler, but you don't need to time the top. You just need to be in the right flavor, and you can make a lot of money in this space.
Yeah.
Says
Dow's up almost. Go ahead.
Meb better than fairly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fairly is fine to me. Dow Jones. Somebody said Dow Jones is up 1,000, almost 1,000 points. I'm seeing new all-time high for the Dow Jones,
Which is
and very
insane.
convincingly.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm sure Nasdaq and S&P are putting in new highs. I mean, S&P is actually like just revisiting its highs from the previous week.
It's hilarious to me, like how quickly we just
Yeah.
a little bit of price action. Man, I've said it once. I've said it 767 times. Nothing like price will change sentiment.
Yep.
It's insane how quickly people will flip just based off of a 5% move, a 10% move.
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny. Last week when Bitcoin broke its all-time high, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think this was going to happen, but I was like, tomorrow you guys are going to be in here asking if it's over. And then this week, when people were asking if it was over, it was like, just wait. You'll be in here asking, all right, What's your best bet for a safe 10x?
Give me your safest
Safe.
73x
Oh,
play.
dude, that drives me crazy.
What's your safest 73x, Alex?
Yeah, man.
Some
USDT, that's my answer always.
in dilution of supply.
Yeah.
Man, someone said Bitcoin dominance is pushing down. 100% is.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so close to being in a full-on bear market. Like it's not even funny. Like all we need on my screen is this light blue to cross the dark blue. That's a bear market posture. So what does that mean? If Bitcoin dominance is in a bear market, well, you do the math. That would mean that altcoins are significantly outperforming Bitcoin. To me, like 118,000 when we got to that moment, that was big. That was price discovery for Bitcoin. I'm still like neutrally bullish for Bitcoin. I think 138,207. We're talking the difference between 20% and 80%. That's not really a lot, but I think that others is going to significantly outperform Bitcoin from this moment
Yeah.
forward.
And somebody said check out ETH dominance. ETH dominance just looks like a freight train. It just won't stop. And and there's going to be a time. I've talked about this in other videos. There will be a time when it's just going to reverse, and it's going to be
Wow.
outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. That ETH is outperforming altcoins big time right now. I have a chart for that. Not that whatever. No, it looks exactly the same as ETH dominance. So
They just flip bullish too, like in
yeah.
the macro. So this means like we have a ways to go before this is going to flip back.
I mean, it has to get to all-time high territory in price discovery before it flips to other altcoins. I'm convinced of that.
But like up to the top of this range, 19%.
Yeah, and that would be ETH at an all-time high easily.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like we're at 13% and it's flirting with it now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think the top XRP dominance is going to be like 8-9%.
What's it at right now?
I wasn't ready for a follow-up question.
I've never even I need to have that in my trading view. So I'm pulling it here. It's at 4.57%.
Yeah, there you go.
You said what? 8%, 9%?
Yeah, 8-9%. So like look at this chart, by the way. What does that look like?
Wait, what chart is that?
That's the dominance chart.
Oh, you're much more zoomed out than I am. Yeah, that looks super bullish. That looks like a long period of accumulation.
Yeah, here we go. Have you seen this chart before?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think same thing. Like, I think there's a high probability that XRP gets north of $8.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying 892 would be my. I have a beard shaving bet that I'd love to shave my beard for this. It's that XRP won't go above $8.92, but it's going to get like very, very close to it. So that's the 4.236 in market cap.
Yeah.
You do the math, $8.92.
Yeah. So the real number is 888.
There we go. Yep. Oh yeah, we've talked about this before.
Yep. I panic sold before and bought back, but lost lots of percentages. Yeah, I just think, here's my general advice from a non-financial advisor, from some guy in his brother's basement talking to you right
Literally.
now. It is just don't make decisions based off of fear. If you have like a fundamental reason, or you have even intuition that's telling you that, or conviction or charts or whatever the case may be, if you have reasons to sell based off of that, or it was your plan to take action at these certain levels, then take action. If you're just selling just because it's scarier than it was last week, I don't think that that's
Yeah.
ever a good reason to sell.
Did I sell anything this week? I don't think I did. Aside from like rotating in and out of meme coins. But like I want to sell. You sell when it hurts. When it's like painful to sell because you're just like convinced it's going to go much higher.
I mean, yeah, like literally, I tell the story when I sold XRP at 333. Thought it was going to go higher, but that was my plan.
Yeah. I mean, that was me February to April of 2024. I thought we were going higher, but I think I sold more than half of my portfolio at that time.
Yeah, which, hindsight, that was such a great.
I sold the peak.
Yeah. Peanutski's basement. No, he's not my blood brother. He's my brother from another mother. Shout out to John.
Man, so many kind comments today. It must be a green day.
No idiot comments anywhere to be seen.
No, like I always I appreciate the kind words. I'm getting kind words in my TikTok chat, and I'm sure you are too. It's just like, of course, on a day like today, that's the day that people are going to be like, oh man, you guys are you're so amazing. You're so smart. I'm so glad I paid attention to you. I would love to, if I could eliminate the hate comments on a red day and the love comments at the expense of the love comments on a green day. I'd sign up for that in a heartbeat. And no offense to any of you, appreciate the love.
Yesterday, I mean, it was completely different. I was getting lots of negative comments when I was going live.
Yeah.
To me, though, it fuels me. Like my brain is just wired in a weird way. I don't know what is right or wrong with my brain, but the hate comments fuel me. So they make me, I don't know. I almost feel like the more hate that I get, the more that I'm like, okay, this is the right direction here. This is my analysis is correct. Could you provide true advice on Solnic as a brick macer would advise on bricks?
I saw that he commented on that in my TikTok too. I was like, I don't even know what you're asking.
Well, I would say get plugged into the community and see if you align with what we're trying to do or not. See if look at the tokenomics. What equals price? Price equals supply plus demand. There is no inflation. In fact, with the staking, it's deflationary in a way. So yeah, see if you align with it, what it's doing, what it's trying to do. See if you align with the tokenomics. See if you align with the chart. Have a plan. I personally do.
Yeah. Where's Foregone when we need him? He actually commented on YouTube, High Ground Co. I'm selling everything, bro. The bull run is over. I don't know if he's being serious. I would assume not. He's, yeah.
I haven't seen one up in ages.
Oh yeah, the guy who was very condescending in March and April, saying that it was over and we were idiots. Where did he go?
Honest to God, I haven't seen him since 85K. That was the last I heard of him. So I don't know if he just blew up his portfolio or what happened.
Yeah, he got liquidated. That's probably what happened.
He's done with trading. He's done with crypto.
Yeah.
So when was the last death smash by Alex?
Yeah, that's my live stream, solo live stream. I don't do death smashes with Ski here, but
I've never seen it. Anytime I always see Alex, I always say something ridiculous like, should I max out my credit cards?
That's the kind of question that would make me smash my desk, that's for sure.
I actually triggered the last death smash from Alex.
You did?
No, I'm being funny.
Okay. No, I'm sure it was somebody like Foregone. So like this guy Foregone, or he's High Grounds on YouTube. He'll ask a question, and then he'll ask a follow-up question, and then he'll ask a third follow-up question. And it's like he wants me to hold his hand all the way through. And it's just and then he spams it over and over again. So that's the kind of desk smash stuff that's fodder for the desk smashes.
I don't know that I don't know that I get riled up like that. I'm pretty chill, one way or the other.
Oh yeah, you're way more chill than I am. You're like chill master.
I am one of those people where like I am chill, 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 chill. And then if you see me get to a 10, like, I'm at a 4 right here. You don't want to see it. No. Like I'm the type where once I get to the point where I'm angry, like, like run for the hills.
Yeah.
Because I am just always chill.
All right. Hey, here's a challenge. Predict a price together, and if it doesn't work out, you both shave your beards.
On what?
I don't know. Bitcoin 138. What was your number?
I don't I don't feel confident
Okay.
on Bitcoin because 118 was my first target. You know what I mean? Like it's just we're doing it for
Ooh, how about this?
I'll do it
Bitcoin,
for VeChain.
Bitcoin will one day hit $1 million.
I'll do it on VeChain for this
VeChain
cycle.
for what?
Let's see. What will VeChain get to minimum? What's it at now? So a 2x.
Yeah, so double, or are you saying double?
Yeah, bare bones it'll 2x. I think it'll actually probably get to 10 cents bare bones.
Yeah.
But
like I like that one because of the $100,000 question that was asked to me.
Yeah, so
I'll get on with that.
5.2 cents.
5.2.
Let's do it. Micro 618.
All right.
There you go. People keep asking me for a VeChain beard bet. There you go. That's the bet. But my targets are actually, I think 20 cents is probably what we're going to get to. But that's the key to the beard bet is I only bet when I know that I'm safe.
Yeah. I want to be respectful of your time, Devin. You said something about a hard cutoff.
Oh yeah. Yep, that is it. My brother has an appointment. Shout out to Pineski. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be it for this time. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We will never message you first. Those are scammers. Somebody from Pakistan, Kakistan, Afghanistan, Turkestan. Not a ski stand or not an Alex to get to stand though.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts, Alex?
I'm assuming we're going to get very excited over these next few days. Just remember, I'm saying this with a lot of confidence that Ethereum has not yet hit a new all-time high. And when it does, it is most likely going to barely break it. And then it'll be scary for a moment, but then we'll be off to the races after that. It's going to get, anyway.
Yeah, I would just say make your analysis in the boring times, make your plan in the boring times. And then, if you need to move your plan based off of fundamental reasons, then so be it. But if you need to move it because you're afraid or because you're greedy, I don't think that that's probably a good reason. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this time. Peace, love, prosperity. God first, God bless.